What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to set up, write out, and also tattoo a basic word. So subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it, and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. All right, first thing first, I don't have all the proper supplies I need right now because it's at the shop. I'm at home, but this for people like who don't have the proper supplies or whatever. This what you can do. You take a paper towel, you can tape it around there. It's just a sanitary, you heard me? Just don't try not to get it too messy. Same with your machine. Take some paper towel, wrap it, get a nice thick grip on it. That's if you ain't have no pre-wrap grip. Type of needles I use are, I don't even really know how to say this, but these type of needles I use is my mag, and this is my liner. I actually use two different kinds of liners. I use a smaller liner and also a thicker liner because you just never know. And especially with lettering, I'm gonna show y'all why I use the two different sized liners. Type of ink I'll be using is dynamite triple black ink. I fuck with this ink. It's like this is the only liner ink I use. It like real good lines, dark lines. And I'll also be using A&D ointment. If y'all don't know what A&D ointment is the baby booty cream, but all tattoo artists use it. And let's begin, you heard? Today I'm gonna be drawing the word pumpkin because I see it right there in my face. I use sharpies to write out draw out freehand, anything I do, I use sharpies. Basically what I'm doing right now is just a guideline. A lot of people ask when I tattoo them, like, would this line be in a tattoo? No, this line would not be in a tattoo. It's just a guideline, just so I can have the word written in the flow I wanted to have it written in.
I feel like I was just on another planet.
And it's cool if you guys' penmanship don't look like mine. I've been doing this for years now, got a lot of practice. I'll also drop a video soon about how I go about my lettering, cause I don't use a printer. All my lettering I do from scratch. I don't go on Google. I don't print nothing, none of that. Now, all of these swirls and lines, extra lines that I'm doing is not necessary. Like, you don't have to do this on your word, but you can get into it if you choose to. I choose to because it makes the word look more full, looks more better, looks more like, extravagant. Most people do this and it look forced, but that's cool. It takes, I'm telling you, it just takes practice. Like, once you get your practice down straight, you're gonna start learning how to make everything flow as one, and it won't seem so hard. It won't seem like you're forcing it. It'll be more like it just comes natural. All right, next I'm gonna take the darker base marker. So now I can really go in on the harder lines, the lines that I'm actually going to tattoo, and fix up anything that was kind of choppy on the baseline or the base marker, whichever one you want to call it. But yeah, pretty much what I'm doing now with this marker is what I'm going to tattoo. So everything I do with this marker that I have showing is going to get tattooed. And everything that's not showing, I'm just not going to touch. A lot of people ask me when I tattoo, will the other lines be under the tattoo? Will I do those lines too? No, you not supposed to. I wouldn't even say you're not supposed to. It just wouldn't look right because your word. You can do whatever you want to it. You make yourself feel comfortable. However comfortable you feel like doing it, you know, do it. If you feel like what I'm doing don't make you feel comfortable, you want to do it a different way, hey, go by all means do it. You know, that's how I learned how to do most of my lettering, just copying other people's and basically like taking what I liked and didn't like from it and then putting my own style together. But a lot of my style comes from people that I copied off in the past and just like mirrored off, and it just became natural. But like I say, if you just keep practicing at it, man, it's gonna come natural. Like everything, it comes. It just takes practice and time. You gotta just sit there and dedicated and want to do it.
I feel like I was just on another planet.
Alright guys, that's it. Now we're all ready and set up to tattoo the word. It looks good, it looks crisp, it looks clean. Now let's get everything set up with these gloves on and get to work. Now first thing first, you want to put your gloves on. I use non-latex gloves, black of course. I don't use no other kind of gloves. I use the blue ones too, but most of the time, like the kind of gloves I use that's black is the same kind, Nitrile. I think that's what the brand called, Nitrile. But yeah, you want to put your A&D ointment on there. You want to take a paper towel. You can fold however you fold it, but that's best comfortable for me right there. Simple, easy match. And now you want to take your machine. And I use my voltage on 90 or 9 on some machines, and I am using a wireless rotary tattoo machine I'm starting off with a size 7 round liner. I like to start off small because you start off with a smaller needle and you go clean through it. Then you come back with a thicker needle and you can bolden up what needs to be boldened up and what don't need to be boldened up, you know. That way we give that flow of that high-low effect, if you know what I mean. But as far as needles, how far the needle depth supposed to be, that's about how far it's supposed to be. That way you don't go too deep, and that way you're not going too light and have to keep going over it, because that'll aggravate the skin. Alright guys, I like to start up one letter in. That way I can have all my lowercase letters the same size, and I won't mess up and have my uppercase letter too small or the same size as my lowercase letters, and it won't look like I want it to look, which is a capital letter and some lowercase letters. But I just have a bad habit of it, and I found a trick to help me fix it. I hope it can help you guys too. And as you can see, I'm taking one pass on everything. This 7 round liner, and I'm dabbing the ink. I don't wipe my ink. I wipe sometimes, but I mostly dab. That way when you dab, you don't smear your stencil off. You won't smear ink everywhere. You still be able to see it. Just take it off right then and there. And you want to apply a little coat of A&D on the spot you're about to go in, just to make the skin smooth enough for the needle to glide all the way through with no problems. And also it keeps the ink from splatting everywhere, getting everywhere, and make a big mess.
was just on another planet.
Alright guys, the first pass is done, and I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna clean it up real good. This is tattoo skin, by the way. It's like rubber, so the ink on here is gonna be a little harder to get off. But on regular skin, trust me, it's not that hard. It's very easy, it's very simple. A few wipes, all the ink gone. It's clean, smooth skin. But yeah, on here it's not like that. You gotta do a lot of scrubbing, really get it cleaned off so you can see all your mistakes, all your where you gotta do touch-ups at or anything. But now I'm gonna switch needles. I'm gonna switch from the 7-round liner to the 9-round liner. It's a little bit thicker, and I'm gonna go over everything with the 9-round liner and make everything just a little thicker, and really put my touch and my effect on my letter. And really, this is really like where the magic is about to happen. Now, this is the fun part. This is where you really scope your word out. You really get everything how you want to get it at.
was just on another planet.
And guys, don't be scared to really get in there and bold and line up. Like, if you have to sit there and like take a step back and look at your word and see what you're doing exactly, like, don't be afraid to do it, because sometimes you're up close, you look like you're going thick enough, and you step back and boom, you're not. Now you're going back in and you're traumatizing the skin. So don't be scared to take a step back and look at what you're doing and check out what you're doing. That way you know if it's looking right, how it's looking, where you need to touch something up at, where you need to put something else at, you know. And again, everybody, your word, if it doesn't look exactly like mine, that is cool. For one, I don't expect it to look exactly like mine. I want y'all to take this and, you know, add your own flair to it and get your own style going. And for two, I know a lot of y'all really don't know how to do a lot of lettering. A lot of y'all beginners with tattooing, y'all really know how to keep your machine steady or have that whip and that flow effect with your wrist and stuff like that. So it's cool if your letters don't look like this. It comes with practice. It just comes with practice. But when I'm doing this method here, it's like pretty simple. It's pretty easy to learn. I'm pretty sure it'll help everybody, because you're not sitting up there trying to make the same. You're not sitting up there trying to make two different line flows with one needle. You're using two different needles. That way you can have your thin part and your thick part. You can bolden what need to be bold, keep thin what need to be thin, you know. And also, doing letters also help with your line work. That way you do like any other tattoos, by you doing so many letters or whatever, you're learning how to get your letters lines straight and crisp. Then let's say you do, say, a rose or something, all your lines on that rose gonna be nice and crisp. You're gonna know how to do straight lines on crosses or a portrait maybe. But lettering is like the start of everything. A lot of people do lettering be like, man, this not gonna help me, this not getting me nowhere. But trust me, it's the base of everything. It just take practice and it takes time. You have to be patient. You have to be patient. Alright guys, we're done with the second pass. Now we're gonna clean this off, and we're gonna do a little bit of shading to give it a little more pop. Cause I just don't feel like, you know, it has enough. It looks good, it looks great, but I just don't feel like it has enough. And once again, like I say, this is tattoo skin, like rubber, so it's really hard to get that excess ink off versus on a real person skin. As you can see, I had to use 2 coats of napkins just to try to get as much of it off as I can, and I still didn't get all of it off. But you want to get as much off as you can, just so you can see where you're going and see what you're doing, and everybody else can see the work. But it's the finished outline product. And also, guys, this is your first time, which probably a lot of you is. You're gonna need to do this on a surface that you can clean up good afterwards. It won't be no problems, cause trust me, you're gonna be poking through the rubber, and you're gonna make a mess. Now on the shading, I'll be using a size 13 mag. I use a lot of mags. I like mags. And on my mag, I want to drop my voltage down to, on my machines, a 75, but on most machines is a 7.5 or 8. You know, I try to stay in that range. It's nice, it's calm, and it give it that gray wash effect. So now you want to dip it in your gray wash, not your main black, but your gray wash, and apply your A&D so that you can go over the skin smoothly. And you're gonna just fade up gradually. You're gonna take it from your darkest point where you went halfway at, and you're gonna grow up gradually. And as you can see, it's gonna make that fade effect. It's not making it so dark to it like it's like a halfway dark line. It's more of a faded line. It looks way more smoother.
I feel like I was just on another planet. was just on another planet.
Alright, you can see guys, I made sort of kind of a banner effect. I like the shade around the big letter and then whip out to a banner. To me, that always looked clean and it looked good to me, actually, honestly. As you can see, I made a mess around everything, but I'll clean it up. Now it's time to clean up the whole thing because we're done here. If I was doing this on an actual person, I probably would have added some white, but by this being this, I'm not going to add any white, especially because it's so messy. So like, the white wouldn't even really, give it life like I would think it would. But yeah, this thing is messy, bro. This thing is messy. You see, I have to really work my magic and get a lot of that off. But I'm doing good. I'm getting most of it off. There you have it, guys. We're all done. Like this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Subscribe. Ring the bell so you won't miss none of these tutorials. I'm going to be doing a lot of these, guys. I'm telling you. I got a lot more information I want to get to y'all, man. I've been tattooing a long time, and I want y'all to soak up as much information as you can. So let me know what you guys want to see. Check out the next video.